As ever, you have lots of questions about the continuing crisis, and as it's Wednesday, it's time for our regular appointment with the doctor. Dr. Bharat Pankhania is an expert in public health. He's independent of the government. So good evening to you. You're in the garden, which is looking lovely as usual. First, lots of our viewers have expressed some concern at seeing those crowds gathering at the weekend. Now, Carol in Swindon asks, should we expect a rise in infection in the coming weeks? She points out they were handing out masks. Is that enough?
Yes, thank you, David. And this will be a natural experiment that we need to be watchful for over the next 10 to 20 days. The good thing is that young people, when they get infected, usually don't have severe illness. The caution is that if they were to get infected, at least they take every precaution possible not to infect older and vulnerable people. So that they need to be careful about the protesters. On the other hand, most of them will survive and recover from this infection. And it is a natural experiment. We will soon find out in 10 to 20 days' time.
Colin wants to know about masks. He asks, can they lead to a build-up of carbon dioxide behind the mask? And can that bring on an asthma attack?
No, certainly not. And I would like to reassure all our viewers, please don't worry about such things as it's not a plastic bag, you see, so it's not going to retain carbon dioxide and make you feel like you don't want to breathe or induce a asthma attack. Certainly not. Please be reassured.
Good, that's good for you, Colin. Now, antibody tests, do we know when they might be available to the general public? Asks Chris from Swindon. Thank you, Chris.
Well, these antibody tests are available privately. We do not know when they will be available to the general public. But the advice I want to give to our viewers is the antibody test only tells you one thing. It says you have survived a coronavirus COVID-19 infection. It doesn't tell you here on in, you may drop your guard, you're okay, you've got an invisible shield, and you will be protected. We don't know about immunity and how long it lasts. So even if you test positive when these tests become available, it doesn't mean you drop your guard.
Right. Well, let's just follow up on that, because Lynn asks, has there been a verified case of someone getting the virus twice? It goes back to this immunity thing.
Yes, so we've had these reports in peer-reviewed journals in South Korea, China, that people may have encountered the virus a second time. But we are not 100% sure about it, because was it the virus or was it virus particles that we identified a second time? So there is a lot of uncertainty around, do you get infected a second time? In time, very shortly, we will find out more.
Right, lots of questions about dogs. We've had this one a few times, but we'll clear it up. Bob wants to know, he's in Portishead, can our four-legged friends carry the virus on their coats?
It's highly unlikely. This is almost like, does my shopping bag bring the virus into my home? It's more likely that if somebody is infectious and they've had a coughing, sneezing split, they may put it on their pet's fur, but it's a low-risk issue. Nevertheless, whenever you're handling your animals, be it your cat, be it your dog, before you eat food, you must wash your hands. Washing your hands is the one that will look after us. So when you've been handling animals and things, wash your hands before you sit down to eat.
Wash your hands, wash your hands, wash your hands. We get it. Now, lots of people are shielding still, but are concerned if their employers expect them back. Is it safe? If you could be brief, I'd be grateful.
Yeah, I think you have to find a case to argue back with the employers that if you are unfit, if you have got reason to be off work, say so and fight your case. It's important. Your life is important.
Absolutely right. Thank you so much for being with us. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, and the garden's always looking a treat. Thank you. We will have a cup of tea there one day.
Thank you, David.
Thank you.